Hello and welcome to round 16 of the 2016 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Mexico City in, unsurprisingly, Mexico. My name's Bradley Downton and I'll be joined today, as always, by Harry Westwood.
Arriba!
Let's take a look through the grid for the 2016 Mexican V-Prix. After a wet qualifying, it's Felix Bayer on his maiden pole position, Nikolai Milkovic alongside Giordano and Nathaniel Powers make up row 2. Ola Ninman and Jean Matson are on row 3, ahead of Will Hoskins and Lewis Ellington. Carl Beckenbauer and Elroy Wagner, row 5, ahead of Adrian Simon, who was disappointed with 11th, and Marcus Thunder in 12th. Douglas Bacon is the best of the new teams, a great 13th for him ahead of Timo Kinnaman. James Harding and Carson Davenport are on row 8. Aaron Einerson lines up in a brilliant 17th ahead of Jochen van Snelheid. Judson Sykes and Enrique Ruiz in 20th with what I believe is his worst ever qualifying. Alexei Novosinski and Chiara Thunder on row 11 ahead of Nikolai Christodoulou and Arden Hutchinson, and at the back, both Meteors excluded from the qualifying results after not submitting a strategy in time for the race. So we go down to the grid then. Felix Bayer on pole position on the left of your screen. Nikolai Milkovic second on the right. The lights go out now. We're racing in Mexico. It's a brilliant start from Milkovic, who's drawing level with Felix Bayer already on the long run down to turn 1. But I think Felix has just got enough and he pulls across. Bayer leads then as they head down into turn 1 as Ola Ninman looks to the inside of Jean Matson further back. They're both gobbled up Nathaniel Powers in the Downton. And Inman's disappeared. Inman's on the grass. Inman is on the grass and round at turn 1. And he's dropped a lot of places as Felix Bayer leads from Nikolai Milkovic and Puccio Giordano with Nathaniel Powers going with them. No, Jean Matson's up to 4th, sorry.
Inman just had two as we see a Franklin of Wagner trying to go up the inside of Hoskins, but he can't quite make the move stick. But yeah, the first turn, just Inman tried to go for the inside, but his angle of entry was just too tight and he couldn't quite get the car rotated. And then someone helped him rotate it onto the grass.
Yeah, that was not the start that Ola Ninman wanted with his newfound championship lead following the last race in the United States. But it was exactly the start that Felix Bayer wanted from his maiden pole position away into the lead of early on of this Mexican V-Prix, heading Nikolai Milkovic.
Oh, absolutely. Milkovic did everything he could off the line, but it seemed like
we jump on board with Enrique Ruiz as Bayer leads across the line as Ruiz just eases past one of the North Stars. As I think that's Matson up into 3rd past Puccio Giordano. Ingram now 2nd and 3rd.
I can't say I saw that one coming, Bradley. I'm not gonna lie. If you'd have said to me before the weekend, Ingram will be running a double podium at some point, I'd have said bad words.
As we go on board with Inman, this is at the start. He didn't get help. He just turned it round on the curb.
Oh, bit of a rookie mistake, I've got to say. Like, obviously, he is a bit inexperienced.
He is a rookie.
His teammate, he is a rookie, yes.
Admittedly, with 15 V-Prix under his belt, but still a rookie this season.
Nikolai Christodoulou moved up 4 places at the start of that lap. Ruiz moved up 5?
None. Ruiz started 20th and is still 20th.
What's he doing there, the silly goose?
Meanwhile, Stuart Harrison, who started 25th after being excluded from qualifying, is up 4 spots. Johan Halverson only up 1. As Felix Bayer sets another fastest lap on lap 2, as he just starts to eke his gap out at the front, but Will Hoskins absolutely smashes it.
I didn't realise it was the old last corner.
Yeah, we've got the Peraltada.
That, yeah.
As Nathaniel Powers comes under attack then from Will Hoskins, who drives around the outside of turn 2. He's got the outside of 3, but Powers is still there, holding on like a little yappy terrier, but eventually has to concede the position and falls to 5th. Although he has got past Puccio Giordano at some point. As up the inside of Wagner goes Adrian Simon, holds it round the outside, and Wagner is gonna retain the position though.
Yeah, fair play, good defence. But I think Powers is going to find him at Downton. He's going to go into something of a free-fall, really.
Yes, rather quickly, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Along with Giordano.
I mean, I think we spoke to him before the race, and he knew he was well out of position. And he said that all he wanted to do was limit the sort of amount he was going to fall back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
We know the car is not quick enough for 4th. we just want the best finish possible. As Douglas Bacon's had a bit of a poor start from 13th, he's already down to 20th. As Johan Halverson breezes past Aaron Einerson for 21st.
And here comes,
as we jump on board with Simon, this is going to be a bit of a mess into turn 1. There are 4 cars going in wheel to wheel. We've got a Franklin and an AMR bashing tyres up front, and I think that's Wagner and Ellington. Wagner hasn't quite got the move. They're still side by side. Simon had to back out, but no. Now Wagner has gone through past Lewis Ellington. As Olin Inman looks at taking Carl Beckenbauer, but can't quite make the move stick.
Inman's line almost came across with Beckenbauer's there. He's just not looking confident on those hard tyres yet. He hasn't quite gotten up to temperature, but still early days.
That's not surprising given that it's just 17 degrees.
It's true. For Mexico, it's rather chilly.
As Felix Bayer's gap out front is 1.4 seconds, and Will Hoskins in 4th is not really closing on the 2 Ingrams in front of him.
Could Bayer go all the way?
Well, we're on lap 5. I think it's a bit early for that. As Adrian Simon moves up past Puccio Giordano into what I believe probably about 7th.
Who knows?
As Olin Inman as well, that you can see the speed of the DS, although Beckenbauer as well closing on his teammate in the slipstream. I think Inman gonna have a look down the inside. No, he decides better of it.
Yeah.
Wonderful, insightful input as always as we jump on board with Enrique Ruiz, who is still languishing down in 18th behind Nikolai Christodoulou.
Well, he's on the medium tyres, so again he might be struggling for tyre temp. Wait.
And
sorry.
go on.
I was going to say, hang on, I thought Christodoulou was on the mediums, so I'm going to check my tyre chart.
Do you know, I was literally just going to do that.
Haha! Can't find him.
That's fine. I'll keep an eye on the race then as we go on board with Wagner through the S's, and now jump off for some reason as he hunts down Nathaniel Powers for 5th place. I think that's going to be a fairly easy move.
Yeah,
to be
more
honest.
than likely when that engine doesn't have any horsepower.
It does. The car's just rubbish.
It's true. Just to let you know, Christodoulou is on the medium tyres, and sure enough, Wagner takes the place over Powers. We don't even need to see it to believe it.
No, because it's there on the timing screens.
Yeah.
So Wagner up to 5th then. That United States win last time out, maybe it's inspired him a little.
Quite possibly. We could see a late resurgence of Wagner. That would be something, wouldn't it?
It would, and it would be. I think Dylan Lopez at the Lopez FE team would quite appreciate that.
Yeah.
But let's just take a look through the. I'll let you keep an eye on the race a minute. Please interrupt me if anything exciting happens.
Gladly.
I just take a look through the tyres. We've got a couple. Well, we've got all 4 tyre compounds out there today. We have on the super softs Carl Beckenbauer, Jochen van Snelheid, and Aaron Einerson.
Hoskins has got a run on the Ingram of Matson. I think he's had to back out of it on the outside, but he's going to look to the inside now. Yeah, he's got a fantastic run on him actually, and the run down to turn 1. It's a long straight, so Matson's clearly going to be on the defensive here. Down the inside, Hoskins can't make it stick, even on the softer tyres.
So Matson holds on to 3rd place then with a brilliant bit of defending. Both cars seem to be maxing out, not that far down that straight.
Yeah, I think some teams have underestimated just how long that straight really is.
As Powers has now slipped to 7th behind Adrian Simon as well.
Yeah.
On the plus side, he's still ahead of both Ocelots, so that's fine by me.
And wow, okay, so Ruiz, Halverson and Harrison are still being held up, and Halverson has actually caught up and passed his teammate, so that's quite interesting.
That's a very long train.
That is quite a long train, isn't it?
Who is that behind?
I wonder who's causing that train, Bradley. Who do you think?
Well, to be honest, I think it might be the Ocelots.
Well, oh, here goes Hoskins again, looking for any route around the Ingram, the Matson. He can't make it work.
Nobody's going to have to, because Elroy Wagner is rapidly approaching the pair of them. I think Hoskins is far, far further down the inside this time round.
He can't get it
No.
stuck. Meanwhile, Wagner is now right with the pair of them.
Wagner is taking absolute chunks out of both of them. Of time, that is. Not,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not, you know.
It's just...
Yeah.
Delicious.
Bayer's gap at the front is up to 2.2. So,
So, we see a move from, I believe that is... No, that's not Sykes, is it? What's the name of the other one?
Nowasinki.
Noah Sinky. He can't quite make it stick on Arden Hutchinson, I want to say.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Nobody really knows who's where at the moment.
No, not after the jumbled grid we had. But just back with tyres, we have two on the hards. They are Kiara Thunder and, surprisingly, championship leader Olin Inman.
Fixed.
So, well, you say that, but Adrian Simon was on the hard tyres in Canada.
True.
So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I think just DS playing with some strategies here. As we see, is this Hoskins on Matson again?
Yep. It is indeed. Now I think Wagner could use the outside line to his advantage. No, he cannot. He backs out of it, and now that's allowed Simon to catch up. This is just the battle for third place. Milkovic and Bayer are they're off in the distance.
Yeah, so it's now 4 for third place then, because Will Hoskins cannot for the life of him get past Jean Masson.
He's trying to pressure the Frenchman into a mistake, but the experienced driver knows. Well, obviously Jean Matson's been in this season since this series.
Well, 4 of those drivers have.
Oh yeah. We're watching 4 veterans going wheel to wheel. But do you know how slow they're going? They're being caught by a Downton.
Woo!
Don't get too excited, mate. But, you know.
Well, yeah, but that means we're technically quicker than Matson at the moment.
Bearing in mind how much time they lose every time they go side by side.
Oh, as the gaps come down up front between Bayer and Milkovic to just 1.5, but how big is the gap that Bayer has back to Jean Matson? That's 7.5 seconds.
Yeah.
As Hoskins looks to the inside again at turn 1, and oh, he's got it! He's got it! Surely he's got it! No, there's contact!
Oh,
Hoskins and Matson locked together. They've touched wheels, but they've come out. They're still side by side. Matson's still ahead.
Oh. I bet both teams would have been jumping out of their seats there, terrified that their drivers were going to have to retire. Oh, Halverson has disappeared somewhere.
That's an early pit stop for Johan Halverson.
Has he had some damage?
What's he running? He's running on the soft tyres.
Yeah, he's damaged his rear wing, I think. Goes for a move on Christodoulou and...
Nope, I think he's damaged his front wing.
Yeah.
In fact,
right.
he's totally taken it off.
Yeah. Thoughts on that incident?
Stupid.
I mean, for me...
Wait, you weren't on about Halverson driving into the wall, were you?
No, but that was also stupid. For me, an overtake at Peralta is a bit, you know, adventurous, but at the same time, Christodoulou, he's got to be looking in his mirrors when he's got a faster car behind him.
Yeah, as Hoskins looks again to the inside of Matson turn 1. Wagner could pounce here at turn 2. He's not quite going to be able to make a move of it. As you're quite right, Downton has caught up. Downton and Powers is with them.
That's just a dreadful moment.
And in fact, so is pretty much the entire rest of the field.
I'm just getting flashbacks of Fuji 2015.
Yes, where we literally had the entire top 11 running nose to tail.
This is going to be even better. Besides the top 2, we're going to have all the way back to like 19th. Run. How
3rd to 19th, all on one straight.
Jesus. It's even possible like nowhere else but Mexico, because Mexico has got such a beastly long straight.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
But just on that Halverson Christodoulou incident, I think, to be honest, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's also 2 rookies trying to sort of I don't know, maybe put on a display of dominance or try and show their team that they're not just rookies. I don't know. But it was a bit of a silly move that we don't want to see more of.
Absolutely. Let's just, while we're watching these guys, well, while we're watching Hoskins' many failed
Milkovic
attempts
just
on...
right up. That's Milkovic on Bayer.
Oh! Now that's interesting.
So he's closed the gap down to the Dutchman, and now he's raring to get past. Milkovic smelling his first victory since France 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, which was indeed his only victory to date.
Yeah, wait. No, he got 2 wins that year.
No, he didn't.
Didn't he?
No, he's only won 1 race.
Well, do me.
But, yeah, as we see fastest lap from Johan Helverson then, obviously on those fresh tyres. But yeah, just keep an eye on, obviously the 2 drivers on the hard tyres, Chiara Thunder and Colton Inman. The rest are on a mix of softs and mediums.
And super softs.
I mentioned the super softs earlier.
Oh, alright then.
Yes, here is one of our medium runners, it's John Matson. As Hoskins on the softs, he was later on the brakes there, but still can't make the move stick. Elroy Wagner once again looking to the inside of turn 2, but can't pull it off.
The car is slipperier in a straight line, but it just can't. He doesn't have the confidence in the corners. I mean, it reminds me very much of what was it? Perez trying to get past Bottas in the Formula
Massa.
1 Grand Prix. That, yeah, either or. Basically, he had the super. Oh, as Christodoulou comes under attack there from Ruiz, and Ruiz makes the move stick.
Yeah, beautifully round the outside there from Enrique Ruiz.
Yeah, I honestly don't think. Well, I certainly didn't see it coming. I don't think Christodoulou did either, but it was perfectly opportunistic. It's fantastic. Now we have the battle for the lead. Weird to say.
Yeah, between an AMR and an Ingram, but Milkovic has brought that gap right down, just 0.4 seconds now.
Yeah.
But how big is the gap they've got back to Matson? Because Matson and Hoskins battling is really holding people up. It's 11 seconds they're behind the race leader. There's contact!
There's been a big crash there in Peralta, is it?
Peraltada. That's Enrique Ruiz and James Harding. I hope we get a replay of that one to see what went on there.
Damn straight. I think it might have been similar to the Christodoulou and Halverson incident.
Very possibly, just with a bigger spin.
Yeah, and that obviously also stopped Harrison from passing Christodoulou, and now they've got some clear air.
Yeah, the 2 of them broken away from, and Harrison's going to dive up the inside here. That was very late on the brakes, and he's not pulled it off. Christodoulou holds on incredibly around the outside. Here we go then, on board with Ruiz. I think he just kind of understeered in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, so a lot of these obviously we don't drive on sort of anything like an oval very often, and what it does when you try to sort of go to the inside, what they call the apron, which is also the pit entry, it will spit your car out wide, and unfortunately that's a mistake Ruiz made.
But, I mean, Harding could have given him a bit more room as well.
Yeah, it's true. He didn't really
again,
have a lot.
I'm going to say 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah,
Both at fault.
I'm not saying it's Ruiz's fault. I'm just saying that's what happened to the car.
Oh yeah.
But he wasn't actually left the space, and that's why he had to take to the apron.
Oh, as Wagner nearly got into the back of Will Hoskins there, and that gave Simon a run, but Simon himself nearly creamed into the back of Hoskins, and this is going to give Ellington a chance on Powers. Ellington up the inside, but gets sideways, can't make it stick. And I just want to say, I'm impressed by how Carl Beckenbauer is sticking with these guys, although he is on the super softs.
Before you finish that
never
sentence,
mind.
I was like, yeah, no, there's a reason. But this is some fantastic racing we're getting to see.
And so Bayer leading is on softs. Milkovic in second is on soft, and Matson is on mediums.
That explains it all.
And then Hoskins on softs. That might be. Well, actually, no. That is why Matson is dropping back.
Just so you know, Inman struggling on the hard tyres, currently coming under pressure from Jochen van Snelheid.
Yeah, and is he not still 11th behind both Ocelots?
I think he's actually dropped further than that. I think he's in 12th now.
If he's 12th, then he's been passed by your conventional hide.
Oh, I could be
As
wrong.
down the inside of Matson goes Hoskins. Surely he's got that
Go
done.
on,
He's
go
got the
on,
outside
go
for
on,
turn
lad.
2 and he's through. Through into 3rd place goes Will Hoskins after many, many laps of trying.
He is in 11th, yes, but he, yeah, Hoskins has finally got that move to stick, and now he's going to be looking to really drop the hammer because, but he's already probably burned up his tyres quite substantially.
Yeah, and he is about 12 seconds behind the race leader.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of catching up to do, but if these two start battling, he'll be able to whittle that gap down in no time.
Well, fingers crossed they don't. I get the feeling I'm probably going to speak for a huge amount of the paddock and the Formula Virtual community here when I say I want to see Felix Bayer on the podium.
At the moment, he's on course for it because Matson is not keeping up the pace enough.
No,
to
and
be
look how
about
much
correct.
Hoskins has escaped already as Elroy Wagner is going to try around the outside of the Peraltada. They're going to go wheel to wheel down the start-finish straight, and Wagner is on the outside line. And that's going to give him the outside for turn 1, but he's surely... Is he already going to go through? He is. He's already through into 4th past John Matson.
That's him showing Hoskins how it's done, but then that Franklin... Oh, down the inside goes Simon now on the attack, and he then switches to the outside, which again switches to the inside, but Matson's got the superior drive. No! Simon finds the traction and takes the place.
Absolutely beautiful driving from the pair of them. And Jean Matson, having now been passed once, is dropping like the proverbial stone.
Oh, Bradley.
And next up is Powers, as we see, oh, that's contact. That's Marcus Thunder and Stuart Harrison. Harrison up the inside, and there's been a collision between the pair of them. Hopefully we get a replay of that. I do believe Thunder might be at fault.
Thunder displaying his skills there.
But we shall wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. That's promoted my driver another spot.
Yeah, Harrison's actually lost quite a few places there, hasn't he?
Yeah, because you have to wait for the train of cars to go through. But then there's
As look at Will Hoskins bringing that gap down. It was 11.6 over the line last time. He's taken 0.8 out of the pair in front of him.
It's good, but it's not play carling. I'm not even sure what that was.
No one is.
So,
I have to say, I'm surprised the order hasn't been restored as quickly as I was expecting here at the moment.
yeah, I think the pit stops will play a bigger part in that, to be honest.
Definitely. What have we got the front runners on then at the moment? So we've got Bayer is on the soft tyres, Milkovic is on the soft tyres, Hoskins is on the soft tyres. Wagner is on the soft tyres as Aaron Einarson pits. He's on the super softs. So this might be the pit window for the super softs, in which case, actually, that's quite late.
That's a 4-stop.
No, it's...
I'm right.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
The end of lap 18?
18, 30.
Oh no, it would have been 17 for Einarson, wouldn't it?
17, 34, 51. No, it's a 3-stop.
No. So that really is late.
That could prove to be a very good strategic call.
Those tyres are lasting incredibly long. Inman might get to the end without making a pit stop.
I think you might have accidentally just called it. I think he will go to the end without a pit stop. I don't think it'll be the fastest way.
So here we have then the
Carl Beckenbauer.
table at the side. Yeah, Carl Beckenbauer leaves the pit, so this is the time now for the super soft runners to pit. He's come out in 18th place. But let's not forget, you know, he was keeping pace with the medium shod Ingram of Matson.
True. Very true. And didn't realise Jochen Bad Schnellheid was on the super softs as well.
Yeah, as we just go through the others at the front, Wagner on the softs as well, as I do believe is Adrian Simon. And then obviously...
Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to point out she's very much struggling if she's last, having not made a pit stop.
Kiara Thunder is running on, I do believe, the hard tyres. Yeah, she is.
That'll be why she's struggling then.
Matson, as we know, on the mediums. Powers and Ellington. Oh, Powers on the softs. Ellington on the mediums as well. And then Giordano on the softs and Inman on the hards. So 7 out of the top 10 are on the soft tyres.
Wow. And if Kinnaman can make his way past Inman, then that'll make it 8. But
What tyres is Kinnaman on?
soft. Surely you
soft.
should be able to work that one out.
Well, yeah, but I'm no longer looking at the table.
No, I meant by the fact that if Kinnaman took 10th place, then there'd be 8 instead of 7.
Oh, yeah, that's a point. Oh dear.
Go back to bagging your rocks together, it's okay.
Well, let's see then. A soft-tyred Westwood against a hard-tyred DS Matthershaw.
So far it hasn't been working, but that's because he's only had a chance for about...
Oh, as the two North Stars go side by side, there's one on softs and one on mediums. That's Judson Sykes up the inside of Nowasinki. Sykes on the medium, so I guess it's probably Nowasinki attacking him. And Nowasinki hasn't got the place. Sykes holds on around the outside, as that's Halverson getting involved as well. And Hutchinson and Halverson back wheels. Let's not forget, Halverson replaced Hutchinson at Meteor last year.
Yeah, so no love lost there. But I
absolutely not.
think Hutchinson just didn't see him because he just... I mean, yes, Halverson had the grip on his fresh softs around the outside, but Hutchinson was never going to see him. He was looking for a chance up ahead. As now,
oh, as Halverson down the inside now.
You'd think he'd learn.
He made it. He made it stick.
Yeah, fair play to him.
And now he's looking at the two North Stars ahead. I mean, as before, he's got so much more speed, and he's just drafted past both of them on the straight.
Wow, that just exposes the weakness in straight line speed that the North Stars have in comparison to the rest of the field, because
in that BMW engine.
Yeah, which of course hasn't actually run a race since 2013. No, 14. No, 13.
Yeah, no, 14, because Force Australia ran it in their first year.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, the previous incarnation of AMR.
I prefer AMR to Force Australia, to be honest, mate.
I think we all do.
Everybody does.
As the gap now between Hoskins and Bayer for first and third is 6.6 seconds. So Hoskins really bringing that gap down and taking Elroy Wagner and Adrian Simon to some extent, but not as much, with him.
Yeah. Sometimes I zone out when you talk, sorry.
Yeah, most people seem to.
Yeah, it's easy to do. So, Felix Bayer has now only got a gap of 6 seconds back to Will Hoskins. 6.2 if you want to be pedantic before you say something.
It's actually 6.276.
Oh my god.
Oosh!
What was that noise?
I have no idea. It was an oosh. It was kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm channeling Keith Lemon.
Oosh.
For those of you that don't know who he is, don't Google him, I wouldn't bother.
No, it's not worth
really not that interesting.
He's average, I suppose.
At best.
There we go, there's the battle for the last points position. I knew you said Kevin Davenport. Carson Davenport obviously wanting to get himself involved.
Yeah, but look at, I mean, I know Inman's on the hard tyres, but he can't even keep up with Giordano.
That's appalling. I think that just goes to show how shocking the
tyre choice was.
Are.
Yeah.
Here comes Davenport, looking for a move on Christodoulou. It's a long straight.
Isn't that Kinnaman?
Oh yeah, it is. Christodoulou's further back. Oh, Davenport closes right up in the braking zone to try and maybe force a mistake. Kinnaman, wise to it though, does not crack under the pressure. Don't know why he'd be pressuring for 11th place.
As we've just moved in. Oh, Felix Bayer's lost the lead.
Oh,
Milkovic is through. Let's have a look. He's been blocked by a back marker.
I hate seeing overtakes like that because they look so cheap.
Oh, that's horrible for Bayer, who's led this race for 22 laps and been blocked by Kiara Thunder. Loses the lead, and that's now Bayer into the pits then. And look how close Will Hoskins has got to him.
Yeah, so obviously they were bulked. Both drivers were bulked quite dramatically.
How the pit stop's going to play out? Bayer is well away.
Bayer has made a lot of
and
time
hopefully with any luck, he'll be able to use the undercut to get back ahead of Milkovic. But we'll wait and see. He's come back out in 4th position then.
Yeah, obviously this is one of those pit lanes where again you lose a lot of time because it's along a big long straight.
You say that, but Bayer was leading and came out 4th, and Inman's still 6th. Even Hoskins has come out ahead of Inman. Inman was only 10th.
True. Shush. Shut up your face.
As Jochen van Snelheid on the super soft tyres is ahead of Nathaniel Powers after their first stops.
Wow. Jochen putting in a pretty solid drive there, actually, then.
Yeah, who else was on the super softs? Einarsson and Beckenbauer. And Beckenbauer as well as gained time.
Just so you're aware, soft runners are looking at a 2-stop, and look at how slow Inman was. That could prove drastic. No, it can't, because Bayer's ahead of him. Oh well.
No, but it could be bad for the guys behind. Look at Wagner especially. As this is Bayer then we're watching. Milkovic in the pits. The gap was 16.5 seconds, but Milkovic pitted. He's got him.
Wow.
Bayer is back through.
Bayer just used the undercut to massive
and
effect
Milkovic
there.
has lost out to Hoskins as well.
Wow. So yeah, anyone on the soft tyres is easily doing a comfortable 2-stop now. You've got to wonder, will the guys on mediums end up doing a what's up? Wagner makes his way past Inman. No, Simon.
No, Inman, you were right first time.
Why do I do this to myself?
I have no idea.
What
Hold
was
on,
that,
you said at the start of the race,
yeah,
you wouldn't have believed me going into this weekend if I'd ever said Ingram were going to be in a double podium position. Would you have believed me if I ever said AMR at some point in the race were going to be in a double podium position?
I definitely would have. By this point, I would have probably slapped you and told you to wise up.
Because that's where they are at the moment. Lewis Ellington is currently 2nd and Felix Bayer is currently 3rd.
Hacks. I'm calling hacks right now. I can't call hacks, can I?
As but Bayer challenging Ellington. He's going to drive around the outside of his teammate at the Peraltada. What a beautiful move from Felix Bayer.
I think being overtaken by his teammate there was a bit of a wake-up call. And
Ellington's just let everyone by.
I think because obviously having the inside on the exit of the Peraltada really affects your run down the straight, and these two guys, their cars are
as
known
Milkovic, this is Milkovic battling back past Hoskins. They're going to go wheel to wheel, but I think Milkovic has got the place back. He has, but Ellington really not playing the team game there, holding up his teammates' rivals.
No, to be honest, I honestly think there was nothing Ellington could do. When you're on the inside of the exit, you lose so much time that it's well, it's not even funny actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what noise I was making there.
No, I have no idea. But I just want to say, Felix Bayer, he might have to make one more pit stops. We reckon the softs are on the soft tired runners are on 2 stops.
Yeah.
And the medium's probably going to be doing a 1.
Yeah.
Felix Bayer has already caught Jean Matson, so that's that 1 extra pit stop already eradicated.
Yeah, it is.
In fact, there it is. Bayer's going to go around the outside again at the Peraltada, and back into the lead goes Felix Bayer for AMR.
Wow, he didn't even try, but see, look now how much that's affected the straight line speed of John Matson. Nikolai Milkovic, who was nowhere near, is able to draw alongside almost.
Yeah, but I don't think Matson lets him through then, or does he? Or is Matson going to fight this? I mean, let's not. Nope. In fact, he's let them both go.
Yeah.
Inadvertently,
well, he had
but
much
then
choice about Hoskins.
No, he is on worn mediums, whereas the others are now on fresh soft tyres.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the soft tyres are going to absolutely dominate this race.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that might be going for the mediums is track position, but that doesn't seem to equate for much when you're on fresh softs.
No, and worn mediums.
Yeah.
As we've now got Wagner right up the tailpipe of Lewis Ellington, who is also on some worn mediums. As Simon, having made 1 pit stop, is ahead of his teammate still.
That's atrocious.
And this is how he did it.
Hard tyres definitely not the way to go.
No, absolutely not. But then, if the mediums are only going to make 1 stop, Olin Inman, he may not pit at all. But then, that's 2 stops more for the soft tyres, and Simon's already made up for one of them, and that's in 26, 7 laps. No, you're right. That's very much not the right call, and I think Olin is probably going to struggle to score points even.
I don't think he will score points. There goes Wagner on the inside of Ellington. Gets massively sideways into the AMR, but he makes the move stick. Does he?
Yeah, Ellington tries to hang around the outside of turn 3, but can't quite keep there.
No.
As Bayer's managed to put a back marker between himself and his rivals.
That's Chiara Thunder, the same one who bulked him into his rivals.
Yeah, who's now doing him a bit of a favour, but not enough.
Chiara with very little downforce on that car, as everybody knows in the paddock, like literally everyone. And obviously the hard
we make sure of that.
She can't find any grip on the surface. It looks like she's driving on ice. She's got no confidence at all.
Well, a car with no downforce and hard tyres is a recipe for a disaster.
That's why you never pick hard tyres, isn't it?
Well, yeah, unless it's like 30 odd degrees.
True.
Although we do have new specification tyres coming in next year, which might mix things up a bit.
We do?
We do.
Oh.
I'm sure that will be announced at some point, officially.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the first I've heard about it.
Awkward. I forgot about that.
Well done.
Oh well, there's an announcement for you all.
You're just going to have to get the announcement to be made rather swiftly.
I'm going to get in trouble.
Yes, you are. You big silly goose.
Oh well.
Has a tyre supplier been confirmed for 2017 though?
Not as far as I'm aware. But obviously that's what I meant. It's just because we've got a new tyre supplier coming in, so they're going to be different tyres.
Not always.
Yeah, well, yeah. You're not going to have Bridgestone building exactly the same tyres as Goodyear, for example.
Is it just me or is it getting a bit dark over the circuit?
It is. There was a threat of rain today.
See, it looks sunny there. Might just be the lighting.
As that's Wagner on the back of Matson then. Obviously Matson's still on his worn mediums. At this rate, he's
to make a one-stop anyway, work, he's going to have to get to lap 34, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
But you think after that, no more stops at all. So obviously, while they've got the same amount of stops to make, the undercut should allow him, with his extra grip on the mediums, to gain more track position and hopefully hold drivers up like that.
Yeah, well, he was able to hold Wagner back there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Okay, I take back what I was saying. Kinnaman, who had dropped way behind his teammate, has now made his way past him. I think the medium tyres are duff, and the only ones that are any good this race will be the softs.
I think the super softs as well.
Nah, because they've got an extra stop to make, and their trade-off in pace isn't working.
You say that, but Aaron Einarson in a Holmqvist is ahead of both firsts and both North Stars.
Yeah, but like half of them are on medium.
Are they?
Let me check my tyre charts.
Sykes is on mediums, Nowasinki softs, Bacon softs, Hutchinson softs.
Fuck. Oh! Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that.
To be fair, it's been coming for like 2 years.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, it's YouTube, it's fine, anything goes. As we see Elroy Wagner once again looking to the inside of Jean Matson, but can't make it stick. And this is going to give Simon a run. I'm surprised Simon hasn't been quicker.
Yeah, so am I. He just doesn't seem like he wants to make his way past Wagner that urgently. I think he's looking for a way past... he's looking for Wagner to burn up his tyres on Matson first, and then he's going to pounce, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, Olin Inman is 8th and coming under pressure from Carson Davenport. In fact, there's the massive, great big long train behind a DS Mathershore car.
That's appalling. That genuinely is disgusting to see. The worst part is, with no pit stops, he's going to carry on holding people up, and because he's so good in a straight line, people are going to struggle to find a way past him.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this is
the fight for the lead.
It is. This is the top 3, Felix Bayer, Nikolai Milkovic and Will Hoskins, running nose to tail as they head down the start-finish straight, and Milkovic is in the slipstream of Bayer. Is he going to make a... Nope.
Is he going to make a note? Oh.
However,
Simon.
Wagner's got Matson.
Oh. Matson cutting Simon off there. Simon, I said.
Yeah, you did.
So
Matson tries to dive back down the inside of Wagner at turn 1, but he just doesn't have the grip in those worn medium tyres. That's what they've done. 31 laps now.
Yeah. But just
so
look at
Wagner
the rear
through.
ends of those cars as they're trying to put on the power, as we see Halverson making his pit stop because he's out of sync.
Yeah, so Halverson is going to have to do 3 stops on those soft tyres.
So he's going to struggle massively, as well as the 10-second penalty he'll be receiving for not submitting a strategy in time.
Yes, and I think actually we should mention that both Meteors will receive 10-second penalties at the end of this race. And let's not forget, this race could decide the Constructors' Championship because Meteor would have to score 26 points more than DS Mathershaw to keep the title open. I don't think that's going to happen. They're 17th and 20th.
I don't see it happening either, to be honest. It's just not feasible to me. I mean, and after the 10-second penalties, what? Even if some of them make their way back in the points, there's no way it will work.
No, absolutely. As Simon pulls out on Jean Matson, he's solidly, surely down the inside now and going to go through. Matson's going to hold the outside to turn 1. Is Simon going to? No, he couldn't make it.
Wow, okay. That's let Wagner really escape now. That just shows the difference in lap time. Here comes Harding on Puccio Giordano. He's got the slipstream of the car in front, who's overtaking Westwood. I don't know what's going on, really. I think that was Harrison on Chris Dulu. And he can't make a move stick. Yeah, look at the rear ends just squirming as they try and put the power down as early as possible out of turn 3.
Yeah, yeah.
I really think it's amazing to watch, to be honest.
Oh, it definitely is. I was just going to say, back on obviously the talk of the constructors, this could potentially be, I mean, Simon's only 5th at the moment. This could be one of DS's worst results of the season, and yet it could be the race where they wrap up the title.
Yeah. And it will also make it'll bring Simon a bit closer to play in the driver's title, as we've got a whole gaggle of cars here.
Gaggle, I like that.
I know.
Yeah, one of them's a backmarker as well. I think that's probably the little group stuck up behind Inman.
Most probably.
Is it? No, actually, I think that might be further back. That might be Ruiz, Thunder, Kinnaman. No, that is Powers. Yeah, so it is the group stuck up behind Inman. I just don't know where Inman's gone.
Probably at the front of the group, you'd give.
Yeah, alright.
Maybe the aggression wasn't necessary, I'll admit.
I just want to point out, we've at the end of this lap, we'll have passed the point at which a 2-stop will be necessary. So we are down to 1 stop for all of the remaining drivers who have not pitted yet.
Thought so. In fact, I reckon some of them will pit this lap.
Therefore, everyone has 1 stop to make, apart from the super top runners, who I think have only done 1 at present, but will be due in any lap.
So I think that actually puts them at quite a disadvantage.
As in comes John Matson. So Matson times that perfectly.
Handbrake turns it into the parking spot. I mean garage, the pit box. He got there anyway.
This is going to put Inman well out of sync.
Yeah, I think Inman will genuinely go to the end on those hard tyres.
Whoa,
bro!
Jesus, that's an unsafe relief and a half.
Unsafe relief.
Shut up. I was hoping you hadn't picked up on that.
It's me. If you say or spell or do anything wrong, I'm going to pick up on it. Moving on. That sounded a bit creepy.
Well,
yeah, let's just face it.
So, lap 35 then of this Mexican V-Prix, I'm not going to say it, we have Felix Bayer leading still.
Thank you for not saying it. Because we've had absolutely no retirements yet.
See, now you've done it. Now look.
It's my turn this time.
I swear, if one of my cars retires, you are going to get a punch so hard in the square of your face.
The square of my face. My face is round.
It won't be once I've finished with it.
Oh, in comes Lewis Ellington.
Yeah,
wow,
medium.
he's falling way down the order. Look at him go.
He's only 11th.
Yeah, he was like 4.
No, he wasn't.
Where was he?
He was behind Matson when he
Also,
hit
he's
it,
12th now. So,
Jochen van Snelheid on the Super Softs is up to 7th.
how's that possible?
Because he hasn't made his second stop yet.
Oh yeah, true.
It'll be interesting to see when he does make his second stop where he comes back out, because then obviously he, like everyone else, will have, apart from the medium runners we've just picked, will have one stop to go. So,
Yeah.
as in comes one of the North Stars.
Justin
that
Sykes.
is- yeah.
That was actually a complete guess.
Well, you were quite right. No, you're not.
Aaron Einerson has already made his second pit stop.
Yeah, on the Super Softs, as has Carl Beckenbauer.
Oh.
So it's
Van
only
Snelheid is running long.
Jochen who is yet to make his second stop.
So he's running longer into the race then, perhaps to try and help himself in the later stints or something. That doesn't make sense actually. Oh well, we'll just see how it goes. If he can make the tyres last to lap 40, he's only got one more stop to make. Never mind, there he is.
How did we calculate that as 3 stops? Surely that's going to be 4.
No, it's only 3. 18, 36, 54.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. I'm just thinking, how are they going to get one more set of tyres for 30 laps? I forgot they had to make another stop.
You Wally.
Right, what have we got? We've got Felix Baer leading from Milkovic and Hoskins, the 3 of them all in close company.
Harrison passes Kinnaman.
Well, they're actually battling.
So it seems.
And Kinnaman's held on.
Yeah.
As, oh my god, Nathaniel Powers is all over the back of the championship leader, Olin Inman.
Yeah, but look at how slowly he goes through that sector. Everyone
That
just
is-
looks like they want to go so much faster.
It's painful, isn't it, watching Inman? Look how far he's behind Simon. It was only a handful of laps ago that Simon passed him.
How many? What's the gap?
It's about 20 seconds.
Bloody hell.
Exactly.
The weirdest part is he's only going to lose at the moment 2 points in the championship. Bearing in mind people in front of him still have to make another stop, and he's apparently doing just enough to keep himself in the fray. Although those ahead of him, when they stop, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it.
No, nor do I. Not on once they're on. As Harrison once again looks to move past Kinnaman, can't make the move stick. I'm surprised that, okay, I mean, immediately behind Inman is the Downton and the Westwood, which we know are far from the quickest cars this season, but I'm surprised they still can't get past on the soft tyres. As up the inside of Kinnaman goes Stuart Harrison. He's going to hold the outside line for the next corner, but I think Kinnaman is going to hold on.
Yeah, Kinnaman's not letting him through. That was very late on the brakes there from Harrison. I mean, he might have the faith in the car, but it also just shows the faith that the drivers have in
Oh,
each
as
other.
we have a potential change for second then. Jean Matson, nope. Will Hoskins is pulled out on to the side of Nikolai Milkovic, and he's going to dive down the inside of turn 1. He's not going to make it, and in fact Milkovic is going to cut off, and Hoskins can't make anything of that move.
Wow.
And look who's catching them. Look at Wagner.
Wagner might be smelling a second win in a row for the first time since last year. In fact, he didn't even get any in a row last year.
No, I don't think he did he?
He's never had consecutive wins.
I'm sure he must have done at some point.
I'm going to say he's never had consecutive wins. I'm going to just say it.
He has. He did have 2 last year, Australia and Malaysia, first 2 races.
Damn it, Bradley, stop bursting my bubble.
I'm sorry, it's just so fun.
That Downton, I think, is set up to do nothing except be quick in a straight line.
That's very possible.
You should know. See how
Although,
far
do
I
you
can
mean
lean
the
back.
DS?
No, I said the Downton.
I know you said the Downton, but
The DS is also set up for straight line speed, but let's face it, the Westwood should have been past the Downton by now.
it is quite a car.
Most cars are, Bradley.
As, yeah, obviously Felix Baer up front, these guys not able to get past him at the moment. This has allowed Elroy Wagner to close right up. We now have 4 for the lead. Adrian Simon is closing that gap as well. He's now got 25 seconds back to Olin Inman. And I think it won't be long before Simon is with them, and we have 5 for the lead of the Mexican V-Prix.
Wow. That would be amazing.
How long is this train that Inman's leading? He's in what, 6th? And it spans all the way down to, what, 16th, 17th? 17th.
Yeah, about there actually. Oh, Harrison under attack from John Matson. Hello. I might have called the medium tyres duff, but these soft runners can't make their stints work at the moment.
Well, no, that's because they're stuck behind Inman.
I know, that's... oh my god. I am watching too, you know.
Are you?
Sometimes.
That's what I thought.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it does, somewhere.
Right, moving on. As we... yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of Formula 1 instead of Formula Virtual there.
Oh, that, you know, bigger but inferior series.
Yeah. The crappy version of this.
Yes, very much so. Those dark clouds that you mentioned earlier, I think have dissipated a little.
Just a touch. Back to a sunny day in Mexico. Kinnaman is all over the back of Powers, but Harrison is all over the back of Kinnaman. What's gonna happen here?
I think Harrison might be on the inside line.
Yeah.
And is he going to take 2 in 1? He's already got Kinnaman. He can't quite make it around the outside of Powers, but that's an important move for Harrison.
Yeah, obviously stuck up behind Kinnaman for several laps now. He was finding it quite difficult to make a move. Oh, as my shoulder is locking up. Ow.
Ooh, nice.
Not really, actually. Sorry, that was really vicious.
Sarcasm.
Oh, give me a second.
If any one of these drivers can get past Inman, they're going to get a huge jump on the rest of them. As Adrian Simon is now just 4 seconds off the race lead and closing in, while Olin Inman is continuing to lose time. And Jean Matson continuing to lose grip on those medium tyres through the S's.
I think if anyone's going to make the pass, it'll be Harrison, and if he makes it work, it could negate the 10-second time penalty he has.
I think if anyone gets past, it's going to open the floodgates.
Yeah, like Kimi Räikkönen in 2011. 12 even. It wasn't in 2011.
Oh, in China when his tyres went off.
Yeah. He someone launched a move and he just got forced onto the marbles and that was it. Oh, Harrison under attack again from John Matson, who obviously has found his way past Kinnaman.
And Matson's through!
Wow!
Matson on the medium tyres through past Stuart Harrison.
Look at this train now. I think the hard tyres should just be outlawed.
As that was Ruiz looking to the inside of Giordano, but not getting a move done.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a bit silly how much the hard tyres are holding up these guys. In comes Felix Bayer.
Did he not have a front wing there?
I was going to say, that's what it looked like. And it wouldn't make sense for him to be stopping now.
That's a long stop. It's a long stop for Felix Bayer. And this could... there's a Holmqvist in as well in front of him. Please say that hasn't been contact with a back marker.
We'll see a replay in a second, I think. I think there has been. So Bayer
Powers past Inman.
Oh.
And Matson and Harrison as well. Maybe Inman pitted.
Inman must have pitted. That's just how much time he's lost on the hard tyres.
This could work for Bayer though.
Well, yeah, he's only... Well, so that was at the end of lap 42.
This is 25 laps. Oh, so that is Chiara Thunder spinning after contact.
Oh,
no. Bayer's just not gonna... Oh, that's totally wrong.
I think that has to be a penalty, actually.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because that's just disgusting. But then what's the point of penalising a back marker? The only effective way of penalising a back marker team would be a fine, and that's not fair because it's not in the rules.
No. Maybe a race ban for the driver?
Again, it wouldn't make a difference. They wouldn't lose anything because they're already last.
They might do. We might have a totally random race next time out in Portugal, which I think was announced earlier in the weekend as the replacement for Argentina, and they might suddenly be really up there in a wet race or something. That might ruin their chances.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, a penalty is a penalty. If one needs to be applied, it needs to be applied.
Yeah, I just feel like a more effective one might need to be come up with, but I don't know what.
You can't give different penalties though for similar incidents to different teams just because they're in different places in the pecking order. I do agree that a penalty probably needs to be handed out, but that might actually work in Bayer's favour.
How?
We know the soft tyres can go 25 laps, so he should make it to the end now. He might have lost a lot of time in that stop, but Milkovic hasn't exactly been quick, and Bayer is on fresh soft tyres. He could effectively use a massive undercut.
It's true, actually. He could.
He's 26 seconds back. He's going to need to close that gap.
Yeah, he is, but he's going to struggle near the end of his stint, that's for sure.
But he'll have track position, and those behind won't really have a tyre advantage because they'll be on the same compound, and it'll only be a few laps fresher.
Ellington makes his way past Kinnaman. Yeah, actually, you're right. The time he'll gain in having track position by having the undercut will surely negate. Wow, Kinnaman's getting swamped.
Yes, it's just about to be mauled by both meteors.
I think he might have been held up. Did you think he was right with Powers and now Powers is nowhere to be seen?
Well, he wasn't, because Ellington got between them. That lap or so ago.
No, Ellington only just got between them. I was watching the timer screens.
As Kiara Thunder spins off. Yeah,
I was going to say, what's she doing over there?
Spins off in front of the entire field. Well, at least that's one way of getting out of the way.
Makes a change.
As Will Hoskins putting Nikolai Milkovic under huge pressure. As who's that in the? That's Ruiz. No, you're right. That is Wagner. And what's Wagner on? Is he on the soft?
Can you say those first two words again? First three words even.
Is that Wagner?
No, the ones where he said something like, no, you're
yeah,
wrong.
Wagner is on the soft, so
yeah.
No, it's not going to work out for Felix Bayer at all.
No, it's a shame. He lost too much time in the pit stop and getting back to the pits without a front wing, I guess. It's a shame. And it's not his fault, but it's just the roll of the dice.
So once again, Felix Bayer is going to be cost a podium.
Sadly so.
Unless something incredible happens between the top three, like they all come together and fly off the circuit.
I doubt it.
Nope, but we can keep our fingers crossed.
True.
No offence to the teams who are in the top three.
Let's just wish for a massive accident, shall we? That's always nice. Adrian Simon now in the pits. Let's see where he feeds out.
I'd imagine fourth.
So would I.
In fact, Wagner's early pit stop could hand him another victory.
It's true. I mean, the two in front now are going to hold themselves up by battling.
Wagner is in prime position here, I think. For a second win in a row. Whoever saw that coming?
I certainly didn't.
As into the pits comes James Harding.
Indeed he does for his final spot.
And Harrison as well. Do you know what? I think what's really, really painful there is that Bayer was holding on so well.
Yeah, he's literally driven so well all race.
Having said that, Simon was with the leaders and has only come out 6 seconds ahead of Felix Bayer.
That's still enough to put Bayer out of contention though. As in comes Milkovic now from the lead, followed in by Hoskins.
Which is going to hand advantage hugely to Elroy Wagner. Simon should go through into second place, I'd imagine. It's going to be close between Simon and Milkovic. No, it's not.
Sorry. But the order has now stabilised, and Simon now has 20 laps to track down Elroy Wagner and overtake him for the win.
Yeah, and the as it stands then, this is going to swing the championship back in Simon's favour.
Yeah, so there'll be 1 point between them again.
How do you work that one out? There's 11 at the moment in Inman's favour. Simon's set to score 18.
I thought... Oh yeah, oh shush. Go away.
I can't. I'm wired in. As Stuart Harrison, after his second pit stop, goes back past Marcus Thunder, 17th. As I think we've got a lot of the soft tide runners have made their second stops now.
What?
I said a lot of the soft tide runners have made their second stops now.
Most of them, yeah. Now we're just waiting on the final stops from the super soft runners.
Yes, and that will take us to the end. We have 18 laps to go. I wonder how the lead battle is shaping up.
Well, that's not it.
No, it's not. That's Enrique Ruiz. No, that's Wagner lapping someone. And that's Simon lapping someone else. Or not.
Pretending to be exciting. Oh, I think that might have been the last of the soft runners actually.
Tumo Kinnaman.
Yeah.
As Nathaniel Powers goes through with Nikolai Christodoulou right up his gearbox.
Christodoulou's just going to violate that Downton.
What tyres is Christodoulou? He has gone through. No, he hasn't. What tyres is Christodoulou on?
Previous.
So Powers on fresh softs should pull away.
You'd think, yeah. But then he's in a Downton, so you can never be too sure.
No, that's very true. As so Wagner around the Carol Tada as Nikolai Milkovic is closed right in on Adrian Simon. What are the gaps? 3.5 seconds back Simon is off the lead. Milkovic is 4.4, Hoskins 5.7, and Bayer 11.4.
Disappointing for Bayer. I mean, I know we have already said that, but he's driven arguably one of the best races out there. He's been surrounded by cars that are so much better than him.
Absolutely.
And he's been mixing up with them the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bayer is going to be. I mean, he shouldn't be because he's put in an incredible performance. I think Bayer is going to be incredibly disappointed with this race.
Yeah.
I mean, as we were sat there on the grid, no one expected him to be able to hold on in dry conditions here. We expected him to be absolutely gobbled up by the quick cars, but he was holding his own.
Yeah, he really was, and credit where it's due. Obviously, I mean, you think he's fighting an Ingram and a Fun, which are both fighting for third in the championship, as well as eventually fighting things like Franklin's and DS's in terms of lap time. It was very strange to see him actually coming out on top until he got clattered by a back marker.
Yes. Terribly disappointing with the Dutchman. But we do still have a battle for the lead though. Adrian Simon closing in marginally on Wagner. Oh no, never mind, he's just lost 0.7 of a second. That's because he's stuck behind a North Star.
He was.
That he's now got through, which has now just thrown itself off the track.
That's one way of getting out of the way for sure.
That's the Chiara Thunder method of getting out of the way.
Ha ha ha!
Carl Beckenbauer is ahead of Jochen van Snelheid.
How's that happened?
Both of them are on the Super Softs.
Oh yeah. Kinnaman pulls a move on Thunder.
Yeah, everyone's just pulled a move on Thunder.
It's true.
Even Olin Inman's passed him.
Now that is probably the single most... Sorry. Depressing thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you believe it? We're 15 laps from the end of this race and no one's retired yet.
I really want one person to retire, at least. Except my own drivers.
Yeah, oh, and Kinnaman and Christodoulou have come together and then they're both out. It's a shame.
Oh yeah, they've lost all those points they were going to score.
Yeah, all none of them. Are either of you in points?
No.
No.
So, it's reached a bit of a lull now. Got a good battle going on between Beckenbauer and Van Snelheid still somehow though.
Yeah, and this is a developing battle between Milkovic and Hoskins for third place.
As into the pits turns. That's weird.
I'd imagine Aaron Einerson
Yeah.
for his third stop. Yeah, because he's disappeared from 21st.
Oh well.
That's the final stop for the super soft runners then.
In it though. Oh, nearly just made a mistake. No, on track. Moving on.
Oh,
So we oh, what was I going to say? I had a really good point to make actually, and I've completely forgotten it.
oh.
Yeah, I'm just that useful. Oh yes, so are we allowed to talk about Indie Virtual?
Yeah,
Would you like to?
we can do. Yeah. Obviously, there have been no announcements apart from the regulations that were published the other day.
Oh. What do you think the driver market is going to look like, for example? Very similar to Formula Virtuals.
Probably not. No, because drivers can't do both.
No, I said similar, not the same.
Well, I should imagine there will be some crossover. Yeah. I'm really not going to give anything away.
So boring. You make a series and you don't want to give away details about it.
No, oh, as Carl Beckenbauer spins coming into the pit lane.
Even just like looking at his helmet, you could just see the wow on his face. Van Snelheid had already pitted, so where's this going to leave Beckenbauer?
Had he?
Yeah, he's back down like 19.
Oh. Well, Beckenbauer probably 20. Yeah.
More than likely, unless he makes the overcut work.
I think that'd be very unlikely.
Yeah.
So, is the gap coming down up front? It's not. Adrian Simon is not closing on Elroy Wagner. And in fact, no one's closing on anyone. And Bayer is dropping off quite substantially at the moment.
Yeah, I think Bayer has just lost the motivation now. He's just gonna sort of bring the car home in a solid 5th place. It is gonna be one of his strongest finishes of the year still.
It is, as Halverson. Oh yeah, of course he needed to make another stop, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Halverson pits from 7th then, which is going to put Powers back in the points, albeit briefly because he's got Stuart Harrison right behind him.
He's got Stuart Harrison and.
Although
yeah, I was about
both
to say,
Meteors have 10-second penalties hanging over their
as
heads.
long
don't
as he
they?
sticks within 10 seconds of them, because let's face it, Christodoulou probably isn't going to catch him. So he's going to score. I would wager he'll score a point, which is something else I wouldn't have predicted before this weekend.
No, don't say that, because it probably won't happen.
Oh, would it be a shame if he turned out to be the one retirement? Now I've done it. So we've got Hoskins closing now on Nikolai Milkovic. Round 2. Ding ding. I really don't know what I'm doing. Neither does Bradley. He's become a blob of vegetable.
Simon has closed on Wagner now. The gap is down to 2.9.
Hello. Come on, Simon.
Oh, I wonder if we've got a battle. Actually, I think Wagner's just lost about a second to most of the field because even Bayer's closed up in his in the AMR. Although Matson hasn't. But Matson running on the mediums, isn't he?
Yeah, so that just negates the time he would have lost in a
As
second.
Harrison moves past Powers into... Nope, Powers has gotten back.
Into nope.
There's quite a lot of into nopes.
Into nope. Into nope. Into nope.
Oh god, no wonder I'm hungry. It's well gone lunchtime.
Yes, well done. Oh, not in Mexico, Bradley.
Oh yeah, it's race time, isn't it? Race starts at 2 o'clock.
Yes, it was well past lunchtime when we started the race.
Yeah, but I woke up late, so I've got to have lunch. So now I'm hungry.
Oh my god.
Yes, exactly. Harrison has got past Powers now then. However, they're not going to score 26 points, are they? Let's be fair, in 10 laps.
No, I think the Constructors is looking safe with DS.
It is, and it will be the first non-Franklin win. Obviously, we knew that anyway a couple of races ago. But this will be the confirmation as Harrison goes to the inside of Powers at the Peraltada and makes the move stick.
All Powers has got to do is stay within 10 seconds of both of them.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen somehow.
No.
Especially not seeing how far up the road Harrison already is.
Yeah. So, to be fair to them, from starting last, it looks like those guys are going to finish 10th and 11th or 10th and 12th. That's certainly nothing to snark, like, nothing to... It's something to be proud of. It's quite good.
Yeah, I think definitely when you consider the pace of the Meteor certainly seems to have dropped off in recent races as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, you look at they haven't had a podium for the last 5 races, I think.
Yeah, I think they started strongly, but they just haven't been able to like sort of keep it up as the years gone on.
But they should still be a solid second in the championship.
Yeah, that will put them in financial security for a while now.
Yeah, it'd be a good boost for the team as well.
Oh yeah.
As we jump on board with Adrian Simon as he darts through the S's. But, do you know, this has surprised me. How the DS Mathershaw hasn't been able to catch Wagner's Franklin.
Well, in this layout, it does rely a fair amount on aero for the middle sector, which I think is where Wagner's just finding heaps of time.
That's, yeah. We'll see the Franklin fast in aero-dependent bits of track.
Wagner's actually pulled out nearly a second on Simon again.
As Hoskins once again all over the back of Nikolai Milkovic.
I reckon Hoskins will get on the podium.
I think there's a good chance. I have to say, I think Ingram are going to be disappointed with this race as well. I mean, at the moment they are looking at another podium, but that's 15 points for Milkovic and 8 for Matson gives them 23 compared to 27 for Franklin. When at the start of this race they were looking very, very good to take points out of their rivals.
Yeah, I think Wagner's just really saved Franklin's bacon there. Meanwhile, Fun are just nowhere.
Well, you say that, but Hoskins is 4th and Davenport is 7th, I think.
So if they finish as they are, then they'll be looking at 18 points.
Things could close up for 3rd place between Fun and Franklin.
Yeah.
As I think we just saw both Meteors on the back of Enrico Ruiz. As Jochen van Schalheid on the Super Softs looks to the inside of Carl Beckenbauer on the other Super Softs. But can't make the loose stick. And the pair of them are behind Olin Inman.
Who's behind Krishna Lulu?
And that must mean he's down in about...
14th place.
Oh, is it 14?
I don't know.
I can't imagine him being that high.
It was a guess. Let's have a look.
I'd say 16th or 17th probably. as Wagner continues then to eke out the time.
He does, yes. He's putting out time over Simon all the time. That was a bit
Terrible.
weird. Yeah.
We could have a battle for 8th. Lewis Ellington has Enrique Ruiz, Stuart Harrison, and Johan Halvorsen, and now Nathaniel Powers right behind.
Yeah.
So this actually could be playing into Powers' hands because he's right up with both Meteors.
Inman is 14th.
Nice guess.
Thank you. But it's only because I saw Christodoulou was 13th earlier and I was like, hang on.
So do we think Ruiz is gonna get a good done on Ellington?
Nah. I think both of them got
Both are on medium tyres, aren't they? Whereas the 3 behind are all on softs.
Can I just point out that you said that you didn't think Powers was going to stick within 10 seconds. At this rate, he is. Moreover,
Yeah, but I did just point out that was because the Meteors are now being held up.
Yeah, what I was going to say is if those guys can actually pass the guys in front, then Powers could gain 4 positions on where he is and finish 8th.
That's reliant on Powers getting past a Franklin and an AMR.
Yeah, but how long has the Franklin been on those tyres compared to the Downton? 30 odd laps nearly.
I still don't see it happening when even the Meteors can't get past at the moment, and they have a lot more pace.
True.
And now I want pizza as Enrique Ruiz dives to the inside of Ellington. They've connected, and Ruiz has caused a stoppage in the track, but they're all going to get away with it. Or is Powers going to get one of the Meteors? Nope.
Absolutely not.
However, that has allowed Halvorsen past his teammate.
Oh yeah. Well spotted, that man. That's not a phrase at all, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh well.
Do you reckon they have Domino's here in Mexico?
No, but they've got black tar heroin. Oh my god. I can't believe I just... Don't let me say things about Mexico. They probably do, but I would go for a Taco Bell myself.
Actually, no, I think they do, because I remember coming here a couple of years ago and, yes, seeing one. Do you reckon they're delivered to the commentary box?
I don't know. Why don't you order pizza and then we can find out?
Maybe I shall.
Free
I'll wait for the race
pizza.
to finish. Maybe we can get Nick to pay.
Well, you know, we can just list it as expenses.
Expenses?
Yeah. That works, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it must be. It's got to be in the contract somewhere.
Isn't it a bit strange how the CEO of the sport is also the CEO of the owner of all the broadcasting rights and does all that himself? You never see that anymore.
No. I think it's good for the series.
You're good
Oh,
for the
Halvorsen's
series.
passed Ruiz. We missed that.
Oh, okay. That's pretty dank.
What?
I said that's pretty dank.
I heard what you said.
I was having trouble processing it.
Yeah.
Dank.
Anyway, we have 5 laps to go. Aaron Einarsson is leading the battle of the new teams.
Again?
That's a sterling effort on the super soft tyres.
It kind of is, actually.
I mean, when you consider how much quicker that, well, both the North Star and the First are.
Well, just put that into perspective. Chiara, even though she's on the hards, is 3 laps down. She's on lap 61 at the moment. Well, 60 at the moment. I would say at the moment. But, like, I just...
Yeah, that's not worked, has it?
I wouldn't be surprised if she goes 4 laps down.
The hard tyres were a bad choice here.
You were a bad choice here. So
Wow,
Harrison
that's
makes his
harsh.
way up to past the Ruiz and the Ellington.
What?
Halvorsen has passed Ruiz and Ellington.
Ah, yes, we spotted Ruiz on the last lap, but he's now passed Ellington as well. Well spotted.
Thank you.
And how does that put him? 10 seconds to his time would put him on, at the moment,
Well,
yep, still behind Powers. As, Wagner's got a lot of traffic to deal with, and this could really aid Adrian Simon in closing up.
Wagner.
In fact, there he is. Oh,
Ooh.
Wagner gets bulked by one of the Lopez's, and that is going to put... no, I don't think it is. I think it's James Harding.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't feel safe. Now, is Kinnaman going to follow him through? I'm just getting excited about my own driver.
But look how much closer Adrian Simon has got, as we've got 3 laps to run. Here in Mexico, behind them, Milkovic and Hoskins are still running nose to tail with no movement whatsoever.
Yeah, they're just sort of doing their own thing now. Let's just leave them to it. Only flip back to them if someone decides to grow a pair and launch a move.
As Simon puts a lap on Marcus Thunder, and he now has just 2 cars between himself and the race leader Wagner, who still has 4 in front of him. The gap is just 2 seconds.
It's going to be very tight if this carries on, because obviously that's gained Simon about 2 seconds, so...
And one of those cars in front is the DS Mathershaw of Olin Inman.
Oh god, they're not going to pass him. Wagner has only passed 1 car in a lap. This is catastrophic.
Yeah, as we cut back to see Ruiz behind Lewis Ellington, is he going to be able to make a move on the Brit? Nope, doesn't look like it. As, oh, there we go. Wagner's got past a few of them now, as he moves past Jochen van Snelheid as well, and he's now going to put 4 cars between himself and Simon. No, because he can't get Van Snelheid on the Super Softs.
Oh, so Van Snelheid decided he wanted to be a bit of a bumhole and get in the way.
Look, listen how much Simon is having to get out of the throttle behind these back markers, as the Westwood, I think, just threw himself off the road. No, he didn't. He held on. Well held from Timo Kinnaman.
Well, we've said it before. He's arguably one of the series' best drivers. He's been in every single race. So he's got the talent and the experience to deal with such a mishap.
He certainly does, as Wagner still stuck behind Van Snelheid, but Simon's not making any further progress. Is that smoke? Yeah, that's one of the Westwoods. And that's really hampered Simon, and in fact the order totally at the back.
That's Chris Tadulu there retiring to 13th place.
Oh, there's contact between Ellington and Ruiz for 9th place. Ruiz, though, is going to go through, but he's very sideways. Through also goes Stuart Harrison.
Yeah. Actually, I've just thought about it. Van Snelheid started on the second to last row of the grid. And he made his way up to 13th place.
He is on the Super Softs, though, which, let's be fair, if Einarsson's leading the battle of the new teams, are clearly quite good here.
Yeah, true, it's true.
But we are on to the final lap then of the Mexican V-Prix. As is that Chris Dulu listed as? Yeah, Chris Dulu sadly listed as a retirement now.
Another one who started towards the back. Oh, that's how Van Snelheid ended up in 13th, because he was the 13th from the back. So solid drives from both of the rookies there actually today.
Yeah, absolutely, as Adrian Simon is now behind Olin Inman, who, let's be fair, is not going to let his teammate through very easily because he's already going to lose the championship lead. But Elroy Wagner has driven, once again, another beautiful race. It hasn't fallen into his lap as much as it did in the United States. He's had to earn this one, but Wagner rounds the Peraltada, and he's going to win here in Mexico for his 2nd victory in a row. But in 2nd place is going to be Adrian Simon, and that is going to clinch the Constructors' Championship for DS Mathershaw. The team will be going absolutely mad. Hoskins is past Milkovic somewhere, 4th, 3rd place, so he will stand on the final step of the podium. Milkovic is only going to manage 4th.
And now we've got a long wait.
Yeah, it is going to be a very, very long wait for Felix Baer. Meanwhile, Johan Halverson has probably just about got the 10 seconds he needs back to Nathaniel Powers, which is going to help.
Ellington dropped himself down to 11th somehow.
But it's Wagner that's won here today. Second for Adrian Simon, however, has given him back the championship lead by 7 points and also handed DS Matthershaw their first Constructors' Championship. Will Hoskins completes the podium, but it's a solid 5th place for Felix Bayer, who made a 3rd pit stop at the end. Oh yeah, no, that was for his front wing, wasn't it? Yeah. But oh no, he did it. He must have made another one right at the end. But yeah, it's definitely a day of what ifs for Felix Bayer. The victor, though, Elroy Wagner. So it's a second consecutive win for Elroy Wagner, with Adrian Simon and Will Hoskins joining him on the podium. Hoskins with that move on the final lap. Felix Bayer from pole position, absolutely gutted for the Dutchman. Should have been a great result, but that altercation with the Holmquist late in the race resulted in only a 5th place finish, but still a strong result for AMR. Meteor finished 8th and 10th, but were demoted to 9th and 12th. In the Drivers' Championship, it's down to 2 now. Adrian Simon versus Olen Inman over the final 2 races. Simon has got the advantage back. It's a 7-point lead over his Monegasque teammate. Will Hoskins has made some big gains in the championship, jumping up 2 places with his podium result. And Felix Bayer as well, his 5th place, has moved him up to 11th, past James Harding. In the Constructors' Championship, however, we have new champions. DS Matthershaw are the Constructors' Champions for 2016. The fight is now on for 3rd place between Fun, Franklin and Ingram. But that's all from our race here today in Mexico City. So from both me and Harry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 17 from Estoril, Portugal.